Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Music Den. I'm your host Armando Venditti, and in this episode we are going to be discussing yet another documentary, and this one is on King Crimson. It was a documentary that was released in 2022, and it was debuted at the South by Southwest Music Film Festival. Film Festival. This documentary is called, try and get the glare out of here. King, in the Court of the King, in the Court of the Crimson King, King Crimson at 50. It's a documentary again that came out in 2022, late 2022. It's an hour and 25 minutes, not very long. And this documentary is a fantastic documentary. It tells a story of King Crimson, basically fronted by Robert Fripp. But it does not go into the history of King Crimson. This documentary focuses on the last incarnation of King Crimson, featuring Pat Mastelotto on drums, Bill Rieflin on keyboards and percussion, and it's a very interesting documentary. It's a very difficult documentary for me to watch in some spots, and I'll explain in a minute. It does feature contributions from other past members: Bill Bruford, drums, Adrian Belew on guitars, giving their input as to the inner workings of what King Crimson were. So if you are watching this and you're all excited to see, the history of the band from the 60s up until the present, that is not what you get at all. You do not get that. What you do get, is the latest, again, version of the band lineup, and their performances that they did in 2021, and culminating in a performance at the Royal Albert Hall. And it is a fantastic document of the present lineup. And it does show you the inner workings of the band. Basically, Robert Fripp, who is the mainstay, basically, he is, in my opinion, King Crimson, because he was the one that kept the band going through their various incarnations, from the beginning, with Greg Lake on vocals, and then moving to John Wetton, and then disbanding, and then reforming with Tony Levin and Adrian Belew and Bill Bruford again. And Tony Levin is featured also in this documentary as well. But as I said, Robert Fripp is the mainstay, and he's painted as a very dominating force within the band. I'd say on a quiet level, like he's not forceful with his views. He likes to have people involved in the thought processes. But basically, from what I can gather is from the documentary, his word was the word. It came down to him. And there's one point where they were asking him about if he was to reunite with Adrian Belew. And Adrian Belew, he said that Adrian Belew did not know how to be part of an ensemble, to which I would imagine surprised Adrian Belew. Okay, now the one there is one disturbing moment for me. And spoiler alert, here we go. If you haven't seen it yet, I'm sorry. But Bill Riflin, pardon me, during the filming of this documentary, was going through cancer treatment. And it was pretty bad, end stage. I mean, he was traveling with them, he was performing, he had to take his breaks, he had to rest, but he was traveling with them. And it was hard to watch because it's at one point you see him in his house. They're filming him. He says he's going to go take a nap because he's tired. It fades to black. And then you see Bill Riflin, 1960 to 2020. And for me, it was hard to watch that. It was unnerving for me. And the fact that they could carry on filming. I mean, they had to carry on filming, of course. But the fact that they could carry on filming the documentary when a band member passes away, it was hard to watch. But I will say that Robert Fripp did say that Riflin was a key member of the touring group, and that he was sorely missed. Robert Fripp in this documentary, as in the videos interviews I've seen him with in videos. Sorry, I'm having trouble with my words today. Just come across as very serious, just very sort of straight-laced. This is what we're going to say. This is what we're going to do, and no more. And I mean, I wish he would at least, do something like pass gas or something, just to show that he's a human being. You know what I mean? There are videos of him online, I believe on Facebook, with his wife doing these comical videos, and I just wish they would have shown, or he could have shown a little bit more of his comical side. Anyways, I digress. The box set that came out is pretty extensive. I'll go through it with you. You have here each CD pack, like each pack here, is a gatefold, and I'll show you the gatefold. Trying to open it here. Forgive my hands here, ladies and gentlemen. I will show this to you as best I can. So this is the Blu-ray. Forgive the glare. Again, forgive the glare. Ladies and gentlemen, there you go. It's a gatefold. And here you have, let's see, here you have the, in the Court of the Crimson King, King Crimson at 50. You have the movie. You have Starless, the final performance. Excerpts from Cosmic, pardon my language. You have trailers and additional short films. On Blu-ray, on the Blu-ray, you also have King Crimson live in the studio, King Crimson Rock in Rio performance, and you have a documentary called Gentlemen of the Road. So that's about a 39-minute documentary. And disc 2, which is also, they're all in gatefold sleeves, is just a duplicate, sorry, of the set of the first Blu-ray. And disc 3, you have, again, they're all gatefolds, so I won't bore you with all the gatefolds. Here you have, oh boy, you have the soundtrack and beyond, music from the soundtrack and beyond. So you have performances of 21st Century Schizoid Man, Moonchild, Cat Food, Lizard, Prince Rupert Awakes. You also have performances of Fracture, Fallen Angel, Discipline. Let's see here. Just a bunch of unreleased material, just fantastic stuff here. That's disc 3. Hold on, I'll show it to you. I will hold it up to you. And again, forgive the glare, but this is disc 3. This features drummer Pat Mastelotto. Sorry, it's Gavin Harrison. Sorry. Sorry. Didn't see the picture properly. Gavin Harrison was also in this. And on disc 4, you have, let's see here. I will open it again. You have, again, music from the soundtrack and beyond. You have Waiting Man, Seizure, The Talking Drum, Walk on Rio, Rocks, Tongues, and Aspic Part 1, Breathless, One More Red Nightmare, Starless, again, Red, and again, in the Court of the Crimson King. Each disc has 10 tracks. So it's quite an extensive compilation that you have here. Again, it's a fantastic, expansive set. And I showed the booklet because I tried to show the box, and the box has a gloss on it. So there's too much of a glare. But it's a fantastic set. I'm a newbie to King Crimson, so all this is brand new to me as well. And the name Pat Mastelotto, if people don't know, he was in the group Mr. Mister in the 80s. So he had been with King Crimson for quite a while, a good few, I'd say a good 10 years, if not more. So Robert Fripp had a good group of people, musicians, backing him and supporting what he was doing. There was one point in the video where Robert Fripp was talking about an individual that was very influential to him, and that they had a meeting once, just a conversation, and that the individual, before he answered one of Fripp's questions, was basically just staring at Fripp for what seemed like an eternity, but I would imagine it was about 30 seconds. And Fripp, at one point, just mimics what the guy did. He just basically is just staring at the interviewer. And at one point I'm thinking, is this skipping? Is it stalling? Like, what's going on with it? But eventually he broke character and he started talking again. So I'm like, oh, thank God. I thought something was wrong with the Blu-ray disc. But again, it's a fascinating look at King Crimson. And there were moments in the Blu-ray, in the documentary, where there were stories of audience members, journalists, taking pictures, and Fripp had them removed from the audience because they took a picture when they weren't supposed to. You're in a public venue, you're doing a show. People are going to do that. People want photos, obviously, but I mean, especially a journalist that's there to cover said event for the paper that they're writing for. It's not good form to kick them out of your performance. But I digress. What do I know? Anyways, this set I purchased from their website, from the American King Crimson website. I paid, good Lord, with the rate of exchange, Canadian exchange, it was $197. Quite pricey. Subsequently, after I bought a Amazon ca.ca, picked it up and was selling it for $103. So I basically shit the bed in that respect. Yeah. And anyways, yeah, so it's a quite expansive set. And if you like King Crimson, if you're a fan, if you need to have everything that they've ever released, this is for you. So anyways, that brings me to the end of this video. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Look after one another. Please be safe. And we will chat soon. Bye for now.